Myself, Dr. Avinash Dwivedi, Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering, GEMS, Greater Noida. Today we are going to discuss Java programming and Java data types. And subtopics are variable declaration and so on. Variable declaration and initialization in Java programming language. So we need to understand why we require variable. See, program is what? A set of instructions write in proper manner. And to execute any task along with algorithm, we also require some data. And if we want to provide data, and how we can recognize that data in memory, so we give name to those locations. And how we give name to those locations? With the help of variable. And variables are of different types. Meaning of this, if your variable type is integer, then it can store only integer type of values. If it is character, then it can store only character values. And how we denote it? First of all, we write data type, then variable name, then equal sign, and then its value. So if we write a as integer, means data type is int and variable name is a, and we want to store 5, so we can write int a and a equal 5. When we write int a, it means you are declaring one integer variable. When you are writing a equal 5, it means you are mentioning or initializing your variable. And once this is defined, it is very typed language. You cannot store different type of value in already defined variable. Like if your variable is of integer type, then it cannot store string or character. And we can declare many variables in one line using comma separation. And in this program, we can understand how your variables are used. In this class, int example 1, there is main method, and one variable we have used here is age, that is of integer type. And in first line we are declaring, in second line we are initializing with 20, and in third line we are printing its value, and output is coming 20. So graphically if we see, then data type is its type, and age is its variable. And when we mention its value, that is actually stored in memory. And how do we access that value? With the help of variable. So in complete diagram, you can understand here, when we mention int age equal 20, it means int is a data type, age is a variable, and 20 is a constant. And it is a kind of container that stores exact value. Data types in Java. We know Java is a strongly typed language. Strongly typed language means you cannot use any variable before without declaring that variable. So variable declaration is must. And there are 8 primitive data types. What is meaning of primitive data types? Primitive data types means the data types which are completely dependent upon the language. So to take input, every language has its own primitive data types. So Java has 8 primitive data types, and it contains, or it can use non-primitive types also. So if we categorize it into 2 parts, then one type is numerical kind of things, and second one is character sort of thing. So if we talk about numerical kind of things, then integer, floating points, characters, booleans are there. In figure, we can understand quite better. Left side shows the primitive data types, and it has categories like integers. It holds byte, short, integer, long, and floating points contains float or double. And as its type varies, its size also varies. So third one is character, and fourth one is your boolean. And right side is non-primitive data types. What are non-primitive data types? In general, we can say that these data types are user defined. So string, arrays, list, set, stack, vectors, etc. are user defined non-primitive data types. And obviously, we can use primitive type also for making non-primitive types. So in this uh, slide, we can understand we are categorizing two types of data types. One is primitive type and other one is object type or wrapper class. Wrapper class means Java is an object-oriented programming language, and Java wants everything in terms of object, and you are receiving data in primitive data types. To convert primitive data types into object, we require wrapper class. For all primitive types, there are corresponding wrapper classes, and this is known as auto-boxing. And once our work is completed, then we convert our objects into primitive data types. That is known as unboxing. So the wrapper class are used for this conversion. And now how we initialize any variable. First we declare variable, then we can initialize. When we are mentioning number, we can say number simply without any other means attributes or any symbol. But to mention character, we use single quotes. For string, we use double quotes, and when we are using float, then we write F symbol after the number. So in this, we can see how to initialize. After declaration, we can initialize our variables. And if we talk about integer, as we know, unlike C++, there is no unsigned integer in Java. It contains negative integer also, it contains positive integer also. And in this category, byte, short, integer, long all comes, and range starts from -1 to -128 or 0 to 127. And signed integers are stored in a computer using 2's complement. 2's complement means, first of all, we take 1's complement, means just convert 1 into 0 or 0 into 1, and then add 1, that becomes 2's complement. So to handle data, it uses 2's complement. So integer is a type, and it has its wrapper class, minimum range, maximum range, and if it is a default value, and the default value is 0, it uses minus as well as positive value. Similarly, for byte primitive data type also, there is a wrapper class, minimum value, maximum value, and for this also default value is 0. Now we understand variable types and scope in Java programming language. Variables are of three categories. One is instance variable, second one is static variable, and third one is local variable. And To understand instance variable, we need to understand classes. So in this diagram, we are categorizing in variable type in Java into instance variable, class or static variable, and third one is local variable. So what instance variable contains? It declares inside the class but outside the method. So instance variables are actually attributes of a class. Like a student, if you talk about a student class, then for any student, his name, his class, his roll numbers are mandatory. So what are these attributes are known as instance variable, and these variables must be defined outside the method. Second category is class or static variable. So it declares inside the class. And third is local variable, declared inside the method and constructor, and outside the method its scope finishes. So if we talk about instance variable, as we said, instance variables are actually attributes of class. So all the values, all the primitive types or non-primitive types are also present, but basically we use primitive types, and we declare these variables, and we can initialize here also, but there are other processes also to initialize member values or instance variable. And for a class, there may be infinite number of objects, and every object has its own set of means values. Means if there are 50 students in class, then 50 students have their own roll number, their own name, own father name, own mother name. So every object contains its own variable and values. So important points about instance are: instance variables are used in class but outside a method, constructor, or any block. Means constructor is having the same name of class, but that is used for many purposes, and we can write Java block also, but instance variables are always defined outside of these three things. So if we talk about car, so there are three objects in the figure, and what attributes are mentioned in class car? One is color and second one is model. So every object will initialize these two variables. So in first one, object 1, there is color red and model is I20, and in second one also the color is blue, model is I20, and similarly for object N, it has its own color, it has its own model. So objects are stored in heap. So instance variables uh, are stored based upon class. And second types are your local variables. So local variables are generally defined in blocks or in method. So in this example we can see there is a class name and it has instance variable with its data type, and if there are methods, then it has its own parameter list and it can contains methods. So in any class there are members. Members are what? Members are attributes as well as methods. So what are instance variable? Instance variables are created when an object is created with the use of keyword new, and destroyed when the object is destroyed. And we create object and we initialize object attributes, And once there is no use of object, then garbage collector removes the object from the memory. And in nutshell, we can say instance variables are variables which are attributes of a class, and every object has its own set of values. And by default, values are also there for instance variable. If you are using number, then its default value is 0. If you are using booleans, then default value is false. And if you are using any object, then its default value is null. And values can be assigned during the declaration or within the constructor. You can initialize whenever you are declaring anything, or you can initialize its value with the help of constructor at the time of creation or later on. And how you can access instance variable? You can access instance variable after creating your object. So how you can use that? Object name dot variable name. So we will take example of this instance variable. In this class, person is a class, and there is one instance variable here, that is name. It is public and its type is string type, and it contains one method, that is person method. One very important thing is person class name and person method name. So what is this person method? This is known as constructor. When method name is same as class name, then it becomes constructor. And what this constructor is doing here, it is initializing the instance variable name. And how value is coming through parameter list, and you are assigning a value, you are initializing instance variable here. And you can print here also. And how you create object? To create object, you use main method, and in main method you are creating one object of person class in the line person r equal new person Ajay. So here person Ajay is a constructor which receives one argument and passes to constructor present in the program. So static variables. Static variables are actually common variables for class objects. Means if you want to show anything that is common for all the objects, then you declare that variable as static variable. And static variables are declared as static is called static variable. It cannot be local, it is common for all. And how we declare any variable as a static variable? Then we use static keyword. And if we try to change its value, then change will reflect at all the places. So static variables are rarely used other than being declared as constant. So constant means that is common for all, and it does not varies object to object. And static variables are stored in static memory. It is rare to use static variables other than declared final. We use final keyword also, so that it becomes constant for all. And visibility is similar to instance variable. However, most static variables are declared public since they must be available for user of the class. Default values are same as instance variable, for a number also, for a string also, for boolean also. For number it is 0, boolean is false, and for object it is null. Values can be assigned during the declaration or within the constructor. It's very simple, as happens with instance variable. And how we call this? it is not called with the help of object name, but we can use it directly, or we can call variable instance, I mean static variable, with the name of class name. And we can see its program simply. Here there is one class, say man, and one instance variable is present with name and age. Both are instance variable, and third one is also gender is instance variable. So this program contains three instance variable and one static variable. And in a static variable, its types and data type is also given, and means variable name is city and the value is New York. So what is meaning of this statement, static string city equal New York? Upper three instance variable will be different for different objects, but city equal network will be common to all the objects of man class. So whenever city word will come, it means New York to all the objects. So we generally do not use a static variable unless it is required, and once it is required, then it is common for all. So in this program we can understand things in a better manner. So there is one class, and one variable, say age, is declared as static, and second variable is also static, and it is final also. So it becomes constant. You cannot change its value anywhere. So there is one method, main method, that is static, and if you mention here 21, you can mention here. Otherwise we can write class name dot age equal 21, so we can initialize value. Static variables and different objects. As we discussed, static values are same for all the objects. Once we have declared static object means variable and initialize that variable, then that is common for all. If any object is changing the value, then change will be reflected to all the objects. And now the third type of variables are local variables. Local variables are defined or declared or means initialized in any method, constructor, or in any block, and these variables are stored in stack. Local variables are declared in method, constructor, or block, and outside of constructor or block or method it has no meaning. And access modifiers cannot be used for local variables, like we cannot use public, private, protected, or default access modifiers for local variables, and no default values for local variables. Like for instance variable and static variables, there are some default values, and when you are using local variables, then you need to give its value, otherwise you will face problem. So in this program we try to understand how these are used. In this public class, say local variable, there is one method, and the name of method is addition. So in this method we are using one variable, say number, that is of integer type, and we have initialized it, and we are adding 23 in the value, and we are printing the value. And to use this method, what we do, we create one object, and when we call this method, then how we call any method in Java, we call any object means method with the help of object or class name. If method is static method, then we call that method with class name. If method is not a static method, then we call that method with the help of object. So in this line, local variable test equal new local variable, what we do here, we are creating one object test, and it is object of class local variable, and we are calling addition method. And what output it gets, it gives output 30. Its initialization is mandatory. In this program we can see we have declared one variable, say number, and we are not initializing this variable, and we are incrementing and try to print this value by creating an object. When we call this method, you get one error message that you need to initialize local variable. So initialization of local variable is compulsory, and for instance variable or static variables it is optional. Similarly, there is constant in Java programming language. There are different types: integer constants, real constants, single character constant, string constants, and backslash character constants. And if we categorize it, Java constant, there are two categories: numerical, character. Then again classifications: integer, real, character is string. Integer constants means 1 2 3 4 like that values, and for octal integer constant, octal value contains 0 to 7, and 0 is the compulsory part of this. For every number there is 0, and for hexadecimal constants, 0 and x is compulsory for all the numbers. So we can see here different examples of integer constant, real constant, character constant. Character constants we mention in single quotes, and to mention string constant we use double quotes and value. So how you find constant is different from variable. Constant is the value and variable is containing the value. So whatever value has been created in the memory is constant. So 5 is constant, but a equal 5 if we write. So a is variable, but 5 is constant value that user can replace, but 5 will remain 5. So we talked about octal and hexadecimal constant. Octal value starts with 0, and hexadecimal value starts with 0x. Integer constants are there, at least one digit it will contain. It must not have a decimal value. It could be either positive or negative. If no sign is specified, then it should be treated as positive one. No space and commas are allowed in name. Real constant, it contains decimal part as well as integer part. Single characters, in Java we use Unicode, and how we store single character in single quotes. Examples of, if you're writing any number or any values or symbols, you simply mention single quotes, and that will be treated as character constant. Variables also means you can use underscore, but space is not allowed, and you can separate using comma. String constants you can mention with double quotes, and actually it's a collection of different characters. So these are some examples of string. Single quote R is not equal to double quotes R. Why? Because single quote R is a character and double quotes R is a string. Backslash character constants are also there. and it has always its own meaning. And tab or space, whatever characters we are using, it is fixed. And escape sequences are pre-processed by preprocessors. And these are some examples of backslash character constants, and we can use in programming for various purposes. So thank you very much. To store any values, we require variable, and values can be constant. And in broader term, if we characterize the variables, there are three variables in Java. One is instance variable, second one is static variables, and third one is local variables. The instance variables are basically attributes of class, and static variables are variables that those are common for all the objects, and local variables are strictly bound with a method or a block or constructor. So thank you very much. In next lecture, we will talk about different topics.